Evie never thought her life would end up here, working for the most feared villain in the kingdom. It started out of desperation. She needed a job, something stable, something that would keep her afloat. So when she saw a strange posting asking for an assistant with discretion required, she ignored the warning signs. There were many, too many, but survival doesn't leave room for overthinking. And that's how she walked into the headquarters of a man everyone feared, the villain. Not just a rumor or a political threat, he was the kind of person whose name made entire rooms go silent. Kingdoms trembled at his decision, people disappeared when they crossed him, and Evie showed up late on her first day and politely introduced herself. What she expected was chaos, cruelty, and immediate danger. What she found was worse in a completely different way. The villain's organization was structured, almost annoyingly so: dark halls, quiet workers, and a man who didn't need to raise his voice to command fear. He simply existed and people obeyed. But Evie didn't react the way everyone expected. She didn't flinch, she didn't cry, she didn't beg. She asked questions. She organized his chaotic schedule, fixed systems that were clearly broken, replied to threats with calm efficiency like they were calendar reminders, and slowly, without realizing it, she began making the entire operation run better. At first, the villain tried to intimidate her. It was routine, a warning glance, a cold comment, a reminder of what he was capable of. Nothing worked. She treated him like a difficult boss, not a monster, and that unsettled him more than fear ever could. Because people were supposed to break in his presence, not adjust. Days turned into weeks, and something strange started happening. He stopped correcting her work, then he started relying on it, then he started noticing her absence. Evie became part of the structure he never thought he needed. Not as a servant, not as a pawn, as something essential. And that was dangerous, not just for her, for him. Because somewhere in between managing assassination and kingdom level threats, he started paying attention to her in ways he absolutely shouldn't have. The way she spoke too freely, the way she stood too close to danger without realizing it, the way she looked at him like he was just a man doing a job instead of a legend built from fear. And for the first time, that perception mattered. The shift became undeniable when someone in the office crossed a line with Evie. Before she could respond, the villain did. It was quick, controlled, just authority, the kind that ended conversation permanently. After that moment, things changed. People stopped underestimating her position, not because she demanded respect, but because he had already given it to her. Evie began to understand something she didn't expect. Beneath all the darkness, there was order, and beneath all that order, there was him. Not a symbol, not a rumor, a person. And that was where everything became complicated. Because the villain, for all his control over kingdoms and people and fear, had no control over the way she started slipping into his awareness. Not as an assistant anymore, not even as a convenience, but as something that disrupted everything he thought he was. She wasn't afraid of him, and worse, she mattered to him, even if neither of them could say it out loud. So what began as a desperate job offer turned into something neither of them ever prepared for: a dangerous balance between power, familiarity, control, and curiosity. Willingly, and something dangerously close to attachment. And in a world where he was supposed to be the most dangerous force, the most dangerous thing became her presence in his life.